Hi guys, my name is Grace, back with another video. Today I'm going to be reacting to NCT U's Baggy Jeans performance video. I haven't been back with a reaction in a hot minute. I was actually on vacation. Seems like every video I come back and say, oh, I had something to do. It's been so long. I'm so sorry. I am sorry. But life is busy. But I'll be reacting to NCT's Baggy Jeans performance video. I've heard the song. I'm not gonna comment on the song. But NCT, even though their music now is not necessarily my taste, I really only listened to I think one song by any of the NCT units. I don't know which one it is actually. I listen to Favorite a lot. That's a really good song. I do think that NCT is an incredible dance group. So yeah, let's get into their performance video. Alright, I've got the performance video up. I'm sorry, I don't know anybody's name except Mark if he's in the subunit. So I'll be pointing a lot. Oh, it's Mark. Wow, that's a lot of layers of pants going on. I mean, okay. First of all, style of dance, hip hop, obviously hip hop influenced. Lot of K-pop takes from hip hop, but in general, boy groups or like what is considered to be like male, oh my gosh, the words are leaving my brain. Performances, whether it be by male groups, female groups, or co-ed, whether it like when it seems to have a more male-centric or traditionally male gender rolled like vibe, they go more hip-hop. It just, within K-pop at least, and you know, a little outside of K-pop too, hip-hop tends to be a more like male-coded dance style, but there's nothing inherently male about hip-hop. It's just a pattern within K-pop, you see. Also a trend recently in K-pop, and in general, this like Y2K thing, bringing back the like late 90s, 2000s. I was born in 2001, so I wasn't around for the late 90s, or I was like too young to remember like the fashion of the early 2000s. I was just too young. I don't remember like living it, but from what I've seen, there's this like kind of exaggerated Y2K and 2000s and late 90s aesthetic happening right now in fashion. Specifically in K-pop, it's pulling a lot from like African-American styles. I think like it was happening before New Jeans. I know New Jeans gets credited a lot because they did really bring the trend like way forward. But you see, obviously the song is called Baggy Jeans, duh, they're gonna be wearing baggy jeans. Yeah, that's the style right now. That's the exaggerated Y2K style. And trust me, I have been to Korea for an extended period of time within the past couple of years. They wear very large pants, like comically large pants. So yeah. Awesome floor work. That transition to the floor was so smooth. Some b-boy influence there. Ooh. That pre-chorus and the silence of whoever has like the bunny ears, that pre-chorus was super cool. But it takes a lot of skill to go like between floor work and like standing. It takes a lot of skill to be able to lower yourself and raise yourself from the floor safely. And then there's some b-boy influence. B-boy is under the umbrella of hip-hop. I'm only a minute into this video and I have had so much to say so far. I didn't realize this subunit was so small. with a small number of members, they're really using like formation changes well. Sometimes if there's a smaller number of members, like the formations aren't as impressive. When you think of groups like Luna or IZ*ONE, or even like larger NCT units, obviously they have more people, so making like bigger tableaus and much more impressive formation. Even if you think Girls' Generation or Twice with like 9 members, that's on the smaller end of a large group. You think their formations are like super cool to watch. With smaller groups, it's more difficult to create these like mass formations with cool changes, but they're doing the choreography is really, really cool. And this is also filmed like a 2000s music video, just like the low and like the upward angle of the camera right here, very much on par with like who can come to mind, like an Usher music video, like, you know, like a late 90s, early 2000s music video. And something, K-pop, a lot of the dance is not necessarily just for a performance, like a live performance. A lot of it is choreographed with cameras in mind, and that is a whole different type of choreography than just for performance. Just, you've got different planes of viewing. Like, you don't just have someone, well, you call it like downstage. When you're working with what's called the proscenium stage, which is like what you see like ballets on, or like modern dance, or plays and musicals, not all dance is done in like a proscenium stage setting. There's obviously dances done in like social settings, so the proscenium doesn't matter at all. But K-pop uses proscenium stages for live performances, but a lot of their dances are actually choreographed for camera interactions. So choreographing with a camera in mind and a proscenium stage in mind, which this does both, it's really interesting because they're very different types of choreography. That boy was aggressive. I said I wouldn't comment on the song. Something about the technique of hip-hop. Again, hip-hop is a big umbrella term that includes a bunch of different styles. Obviously, isolations, popping and locking, one of the most prominent techniques. First of all, disclaimer, not trained in hip-hop except for 1 year when I was 11, so but I'm trained in other styles of dance, so I can talk about like the literal movements of the body and the quality of movement in the body. The quality, one of the qualities you find in hip-hop, obviously there's a lot of dynamics going on between sharp isolations and then loosening of your limbs, and really it's kind of this like heavy loose motion. You'll notice that trust me, it is very difficult to be loose in your body. You would think people who have no like dance experience would be loose because they don't know how to like hold shapes, but it's actually the opposite a lot of the time, because in our daily life we're very often like held in a certain position and not just like flopping all over. So letting yourself flop and be loose without looking like insane is very difficult, and it takes a lot of practice, and NCT does that well. There you see that camera motion change again. Okay, dance break. There's that kind of dynamic switch. I mean, there's obviously dynamic switch within switches within the dance break itself, but you'll notice, I mean, that was more of a musical dynamic switch than anything, but you'll notice that when they switch the type of music where they're kind of doing this like slow bridge part, they're doing a more looser sustained motions, and then immediately go into sharper popping and locking isolations or isolated movements. Yeah, that's just a switch in dynamics. When you switch your dynamics, it makes the dance much more interesting to watch because there's different colors or flavors happening. All right, some floor work again, getting some b-boy in there. A lot of K-pop dance is inspired by b-boying. At least, like, okay, we've got some what people would call like viral dance, from like, you know, starting again early 2000s. You think like Soulja Boy making like viral dances, you know, but kind of starting more with like Vine, Musical.ly, TikTok. A lot of our trends are created by African Americans and brought a lot into K-pop. I mean, K-pop works to make things viral. Like, that's kind of the point of a lot of K-pop dances, but they borrow a lot from like American viral dances. That's kind of cool, the accent on pulling the jeans on the very last jeans. It's very like on the nose or on the jeans. Haha. Anyways, baggy jeans. Let me know what you guys thought of this song in the comment section down below. I know this one's polarizing. A lot of NCT's latest songs are polarizing, but let me know what you think of the dance too. Yeah, I'd love to hear from you guys in the comment section down below. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.